In this video that you guys are about to watch, my good friend Elias and I metal detected a trading post site and discovered a French musket dating all the way back to the 1700s.
The sunlight, beautiful. Just want to get one more shot and show that to you guys. And like I said before, it's really going to be interesting to see how this thing cleans up, see if there's any maker's marks on it.
This trading post holds many treasures. We also found a trade knife used by the British and countless other artifacts like ceramics and pipe stems, all dating from the mid to late 1700s.
These are fur trade knives. Very nice to find. Look at this. Already picked it up and looked at it roughly, but that thing is all there. Missing a little nick out of the back. But look at that. All this ceramic, beautiful blue 1700 ceramic. Look at that. Flower design on there. Whole bunch of pipe stems.
So now, come with me and let's see what else there is to discover. From the men and women that had lost these treasures over 250 years ago.
How's it going, guys? Back at the trading post site today. 1700s trading post right here in this very spot. Used to be a ferry crossing going across the river right here as well. We've been here for about a half an hour. Haven't found much. The ground's starting to freeze, so we're just really going over everything with the pinpointer. And look at what I got sticking out of the side right here. You guys see that right there? You know what that looks like to me? It looks like a musket barrel to a pistol. So I'm gonna try to do a little live dig and you guys can watch me take it out. I'm fairly confident that's what that is, because we found tons of other musket parts at this site. You know, if this isn't a musket barrel, I really don't know what else it would be, because it's solid iron. You can hear on the pinpointer. It's really a matter of how long it is. It kind of stands out to me like a pistol. And this all would have been, this is going to be early 1800s to late 1700s, if not earlier, this musket barrel. We need to be very careful because this is thicker iron. It's not like a trade knife or something very thin. But at the same time, you don't want to damage it even at all. You gotta be very careful because the ground is frozen right now this time of year. December time. Very careful with it. Because it's not every day you dig a musket barrel like this. And hopefully it's not broken. Maybe there's more of a musket in this area. Last video I posted at this site, I dug a serpent side plate with my buddy Jared. You guys all saw that. I've dug lock plates before and sword scabbards and all sorts of stuff. This is a very good spot here. Use my flashlight. Can you zoom in a little bit, Elias? Get down there. This is... That's bone. Alright, so there's no wood on it, at least for now. Here it is. Just shine the flashlight on it. You zoomed in on it, Elias? You gotta be very gentle. You don't want to damage it. Just chipping away the ice. We were very fortunate today. Right before we found this, we just found a trade knife as well. I'll show it to you once I dig this out. But I've never dug one of these before. Like, look at it. And it's for sure a musket barrel or pistol. I don't know what else that could be. It's even hollow right down the middle. It's not any big iron. Look at that. More to go on this musket. Look at that. That's 100% a musket barrel. That's what that is right there. I did not break this. You can tell it's broken right here. That's an old break. And I am almost certain this would have been actual musket rifle style from the early 1800s to late 1700s. This would have not been a pistol. The barrel would have been shorter if it would have been a pistol, so it would not be that. But wow, look at that. I'm gonna have to clean it up and make sure there's no marks on this. There possibly could be British or French marks. So I could date it exactly. Oh, look at that right there. See there? It's the sight on it. 100%, look at that. There's the peep sight. Think about how many traders, fur traders and early settlers, this gun probably got passed down generations and generations. Think about how many men look down this sight, go shoot an animal. It's amazing. Look at that. Little peep sight on there. You guys see that? How do you like this? Look at that. There's that musket barrel. Put up next to the sunlight. Beautiful. Just want to get one more shot and show that to you guys. And like I said before, it's really going to be interesting to see how this thing cleans up. See if there's any maker's marks on it. But wow. Yeah, I knew that right away. Just saw that little tip sticking out. Saw that it was hollow. It's like, yeah, that's a musket barrel. Look at that. I was literally talking about earlier this week. I always seem whenever I talk about something enough, or I bring it up to someone, or someone asks me what I want to find, I find it very soon after, for whatever reason. And this musket barrel is a great example of that. My old man brought up to me. He was like, what's the one musket part you haven't found? Because I've been getting so many. And it's like, musket barrel, haven't found that yet. And most guys that you see on YouTube, they'll dig a gun once in a while. Most metal detectors, they would be very fortunate to dig a Civil War musket. But this predates that by at least another 50 years. I mean, some of the stuff I'm finding here, I think the latest artifacts we find are from the 1830s. But most of it, especially rifles, like they pass these down for generations and generations. This was used for a long time. There is no doubt in my mind it could for sure be from the mid 1700s, if not possibly earlier. Look at that. Great find, guys. I'll be back with the next one. Got something pretty nice here for you guys. You guys are gonna like this one. You guys see that right there? You guys recognize these, I'm sure. If you watch my channel, I dig these all the time. These are fur trade knives. Very nice to find. Look at this. Already picked it up and looked at it roughly, but that thing is all there. Missing a little nickel of the back. But look at that. And this was in frozen dirt too. I can't take credit for this. Elias actually found this. It was sticking way like in the frozen dirt. And this is so fortunate not to be broke. It's actually crazy. Like, it boggles my mind. So a normal trade knife, I would say I have a completion rate on it without breaking one. It's probably a 50-50 chance, if not less. But this was in frozen mud and ice, and we got it out just perfect. I mean, that came out really clean. Not much rust on that thing either. Look at that. There should be a maker's mark on that as well. Look how sharp that thing still looks. This is 300 years old. Can you believe that? Beautiful trade knife. I still am in love with that musket barrel, though. I'm not going to lie. I have quite a few of these. I have probably about, I don't know, 10, 15 now. But always love a trade knife. I'll be back. On this nice little gun flint. The ground is frozen right now, so we're not able to sift. So we're just kind of shoveling very carefully. Look at that. Beautiful British gun flint. That's what that is right there. And this is actual flint, not shirt. This only comes from Europe. And this would have been on a musket. And when the hammer would come down, it would ignite a spark. And then it would fire the rifle. So that's very cool. I found about 9 of these now on this site just alone. Most of them are British, like this one, but I have found 2 French here as well. And the French ones are rarer because they are older. Look at that. Let me see if I can get some of the light shining through. Translucent. Look at that. Sun's not even out today. Like this nice pipe bowl as well. Found it right away. Didn't even really dug it. It was just sitting on top of the dirt. Too bad it's broken on the top. All this ceramic. Beautiful blue 1700 ceramic. Look at that. Flower design on there. Whole bunch of pipe stems. Don't know what this is. This could be Native American. I need to clean it up. Did find a trade knife today. It was broken. The knife wasn't there, but the handle was. But I ended up accidentally breaking the handle. So I might do a recap on that if I can glue that together. This is a probably 1840s bottle top. This is some of the later stuff we dig on this site. Just like the pipe bowls. But you can see that's blown in a mold. Very beautiful. I believe I broke this a little bit, but you can see how the glass was already melted on here. So I didn't break too much of it off, but it's always nice to get the bottle tops from this site. This is a very old bottle. Like I said before, probably 1840s, 1850. Only high tone I got today, even though I'm not metal detecting, but I'm still gonna call it a high tone. It's this flat button. You can see the shank peeking out right there. No broken shank, but nothing on this at all. Almost looks like there's a black paint on there. Just kind of odd. But yeah, no design, no nothing. I'd say this bun is probably from 1820s. So some of the later stuff on this site. But nothing too amazing. A lot more ceramic that I dug. Ceramics. Pipe stems. Those are fairly common. Dug about probably 10 of those today. Alright guys, I got something pretty good right here. I saw it briefly. I think I know what it is. You guys see that right there? What's that? And at first I thought it was just a piece of lead, but I think you guys are going to make this out right away as well. Look at that. And this is the stuff I like to find on sites like these. What animal does that look like to you? Because I know for sure that looks like a cow or a bull to me. Then here in the back, I don't know if that broke off and this would have been a pendant. Is that supposed to be depicting a tail? Or maybe even it's not a bull, and these are 2 hands. That's a face. That's like a headdress. It could be Indian. And I say that because before this, and I just recognized this as well, I dug this another lead piece very close together, and I just mangled the face off this guy, which is terrible. Because if this is a lead effigy, that's such a sin. But look at that. Face, body, arm. And then I don't know what happened to the body. The body's just not there. But it almost looks like you can see eyes on there, right there. And that mouth, that's not supposed to be there. That was my shovel. I just killed it. But yeah, they're for sure making things out of lead. So I question these 2 pieces. I really do. But my instinct tells me that's a bull or a cow. And that probably would have... Is that broken? Yeah, that's broken. So that would have looped around. It would have been a pendant. So that's very cool. This, I'm not so sure about. I'm usually not one. I sound like my old man right now, thinking things, rocks and stones or effigies, but just because I found that right after it, it just kind of see being that. So look at this, guys. I found this. It's iron. Found this a little earlier. Like the last 2 minutes I found this. And that looks to be a little buckle to me. Little iron buckle. I'm gonna have to clean it up. Maybe I'll show it a little bit better at the end or put it up in the corner of the screen. But I got a signal right by it. I looked at it briefly. I believe that's another iron buckle. I think it is broken. I think that's a satchel buckle and this would have been a shoe buckle. I do believe. Even though it's so hard to identify some of these buckles. You never know what they're all from. Look at that. I would say, so it's got three spikes. Probably a shackle buckle then. This is actually broken off right here and right here. It would have looped around kind of like, well, not kind of like that one. But it would have had another rectangular part going on the top. But for sure, a late 1700s, if not early 1800s buckle. Look at that. Haven't found any brass buckles on this site, but I'm sure they're here. Those very old colonial brass buckles. I'm sure they're here. Same thing, I mean, if you're finding flat buns, you're going to be finding those as well. But look at that. Great find. Both of them together. Fantastic. Found them right by each other. Maybe it came off the same bag or clothing. Maybe even the same shoe. I doubt it, though, because that's not a shoe buckle. But that possibly could be. I'll be back, guys. Here's the blue ceramic I was talking about earlier. Look at that. Beautiful duck-tailed ceramic. Or pottery sherd. Look at that right there. Late 1700s. Ducktail, blue pottery. Got a few other nice pieces like this one right here. Look at that design on that. Usually these ceramics we dig a lot more. We usually will dig 100 to 50 of them. That and pipe stems. They come out about the same. Let me see if I have any marked pipe stems here for you guys to see. Thought I had one earlier. And I actually found it in the backfill for my sifter. That one's not marked. I could have swore I had a marked one. Is this one marked at all? I don't know, maybe you guys will see it before me. I know my buddy Jared, last time we were here, he had a few marked ones, and I don't have a single marked one. For whatever reason. Yeah, I don't think none of these are marked. That's too bad. There's another very interesting find. Look at that. So I don't know if they maybe were using this as a handle. Little handle. That's actually a deer tine. It's hollowed out. So that's kind of odd. Or it could be a bowl, like the bowl pendant. But I really think that's a deer tine. What else we got? Ceramics, pottery, knife, gun barrel. I mean, you can't really ask for much more except some high tones. Dug a few pieces of kettle copper. Oh, I dug a bun as well. Here's the bun. Here, let me switch hands. Look at this. Look at the flower design on that thing. Isn't that cool? Flat bun, broken shank. There's writing on the back, of course. Found that with a pinpointer. That was one of the first finds of the day, but that's beautiful. Look at that. Great find. I'll be back, boys. It's about to get dark in about 20 minutes here, so we're going to be heading out soon. But I'm really going to be looking for the rest of those musket parts, because I found a lot here so far. Between that serpent side plate, the trigger guard, and then I found another lock plate, and now that musket barrel. So I doubt it's all from the same gun. It's probably all from different pieces and different muskets. But dang, this is a great spot here. 1700s trading post. I'll be back, guys. Alright guys, this is going to be the end of the video today. Found a decent amount of stuff. Was only out here for about 2 hours. Couldn't sift it all because everything's frozen up. So really just digging around with the pinpointers, looking at spots that we dug already. Don't want to miss anything, especially the little artifacts and relics. Like that bun we found today. I mean, we even missed stuff like that knife and that musket barrel. Like, how does that happen? That's big iron. It was just right on the side of the hole. I mean, it was sticking out the last time we were here, which is absolutely nuts. But here's the wrap up. You guys have seen most of it. Normally when we're at this site, and I hope you guys can see right now, we're leaving right at dark. But we got the buckles. I showed those, I think, in the last clip. Trade knife, look at that. Beautiful trade knife. My favorite find of the day. I mean, this is like right up there with the serpent side plate. It really is. Look at that musket. Once again, there's that peep sight. I wish I could clean up the hole right now, but it's full of clay. But that's all dirt in there. And then it's broken off right in the end. So for whatever reason, this broke off, the musket barrel. Maybe they're going to use it to something. I know I have found musket spears, musket barrels before. And muskrat spears would have been literally spears to kill muskrats and beaver. And they would have been used by traders in that time. It would have been like a harpoon or a spear. They would have cut these and made muskrat spears out of them. But there is no sign of any modification on this except it being broken. But even then, it's not grinded down or anything. But they would have made tools out of these. They really would have. But for whatever reason, they did not get to it. What else do I have here? Found this. This was one of my first finds, actually. If you guys recognize this, I found one in my last video. It's called the lightning awl. Don't know if... Actually, I didn't post that video yet. That'll be up probably in a month from now. But a lightning awl, it's a little smaller than this and has a lightning bolt shape. And this, right away when I found it, I'm like, well, wouldn't make sense to be a nail, a spike, especially because you can see this end's been pounded in right here. Like this would have been a lot longer. And it's in like a lightning awl shape. And that's period with fur trading. I'm not saying this is an awl necessarily, but just the shape of it, you can tell it's early. They stopped doing that for, needles, because a needle is like equivalent to an awl, just a smaller version of it. They stopped doing that in the mid 1850s. So this is a very early piece. Don't know exactly what it's for. I don't think it would have been used as an awl. That would have been a hell of a big awl. But really could have been maybe a spike, maybe. I really have no idea on this. If any of you guys know, put down in the comments below. Don't know what to tell you. And then I'll take the camera from Elias. Elias, say goodbye. Peace. Elias is always happy to come out here, especially when we dig musket barrels and trade knives like we did today. Yeah, like I said before, not much for ceramics. Pipe. There's that little flat bun right there. Dug another bun as well, but it's just iron. You can hardly see it. I gotta clean it up. And here's that bowl again. I really like that piece. Look at the bowl. And you guys let me know what you think that is. I mean, I really do think it's a bowl. I'm really iffy on this. I mean, just because I found it right next to each other. Two modified pieces of lead. I have some other ones I found on this site that look like chickens and crows. And this isn't a Native American site as well, so it's like, I don't know, kind of odd. It could just be a coincidence. It really could be. But this piece is for sure modified. That's a bowl. And has a broken off loop right there on the top. But this would be the wrap up for today's video. I'm going to put this into probably 2 parts. The last time that me and Elias were there, that'll probably be the start of the video, and then I'll end it with that knife, musket barrel, and all the rest of the stuff found tonight. But we really only spent, 5 hours out here in this entire video, which really isn't that much. Like, if you spend, a day sifting out here, I mean, you come home with tons of stuff, buns, 50 to 100 pieces of pipe stem, tons of ceramics. I've come out here and dug 3 trade knives before in a day. Trigger guards, large sands, silver. That serpent side plate was excellent. If you haven't seen the first video of me being here in the last 2 months, I dug a serpent side plate right when we started this hole. And by the way, we always fill this in. You don't have to worry about that at all. But yeah, right when we started digging this hole, there found a serpent side plate, and that was just spectacular. And it was an intact one. Serpent side plates are super rare. I only have 2. Most guys haven't even heard of them or have 1. But what the Native Americans would do, they would cut them up normally. They believed the dragon depicted a water spirit, but it was just actually a serpent, a dragon. They came from France and Europe at the time, but the Native Americans believed they were water spirits. So when their gun would not work, they would cut them up. But why you do not have this here is because this was most likely probably a British site, if not early settler. And that was after it was a trading post. So Native Americans would have been coming here and trading, but they wouldn't have been living here. So that's why you don't find that, you know, the serpent side plate I found wasn't cut up. It was just intact serpent side plate, just like the musket barrel. Like I have some sites, like Native American sites, that would not have been intact. That would have been cut up, turned into muskrat spears, kettle points, iron head points. I mean, you name it. The Indians would just cut it all up, make it into jewelry and arrowheads. But yeah, very good day. Very excited about it. I'll see you guys later. Elias, say goodbye.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a few weeks. Sorry it got dark on me tonight. We're really having a good time out here. Won't we, Elias?
Of course.
Yeah, beautiful sunset, river. It's about 40 degrees and it's in December too, so beautiful night. I'll see you guys next 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks. Like and subscribe. If you guys like history videos like this, metal detecting, arrowhead hunting, looking for old copper culture, fur trade, early settler, I mean, I look for the earliest stuff on YouTube. You're not going to find a guy that finds earlier artifacts and relics than me. And the fur trade stuff, I love it. And the Native American stuff, I love it too. So like and subscribe if you guys are into that. I'll see you next week. Peace.